On Global TV News Express, Senate to probe selective implementation of Police Escort Recall Directive. In business, Central Bank of Nigeria delist non-compliant Bureau de Change operators. On the foreign scene, Benin coup plot leader reportedly hiding in Togo. And in sport, National Sports Commission launches integrity unit to tackle age falsification. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and on StarTimes channel 276. And now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his directive for the withdrawal of police officers attached to VIPs nationwide, saying the measure is crucial to strengthening Nigeria's fight against kidnapping, banditry, and terrorism. Our correspondent Ubong Usoro reports.
President Bola Tinubu, speaking at the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, says the order to withdraw police personnel from VIP and VVIP escorts must be fully implemented as part of the ongoing efforts to reposition national security. He directed the Minister of Interior to work with the Inspector General of Police to replace officers currently on special security assignments, ensuring that no agency is left exposed. The president added that the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Defense Staff will provide further guidance as the review of the security deployment continues nationwide.
I honestly believe in what I said, and I called on the IG, and I hope the Minister for Police Affairs is there. So if you have the
The president stressed that with the rising case of kidnapping and terrorism, Nigeria needs all available officers deployed to frontline policing to protect citizens.
NSA and DSS to provide further information and form themselves into a committee and review the structure. It should be effective.
President Tinubu added that anyone needing police security must first obtain direct clearance from him through the Office of the National Security Advisor. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
In the meantime, the Senate has launched an investigation into what it describes as the uneven enforcement of President Bola Tinubu's directive ordering the withdrawal of police personnel from VIPs. Raising the matter under Order 9, Senator Abdul Nengi of Bauchi Central raised concerns on the Senate floor over the withdrawal of his only police orderly. National Assembly correspondent Topsy Gimba has the details.
Senator Nengi questioned why many political office holders still have police protection while his security was removed, calling for fairness and uniform application of the directive from the president and vice president to ministers and others. Senator Nengi also noted that some ministers, business persons, and entertainers continue to receive police protection despite the security withdrawal order. He urged the leadership of the Senate to direct the police.
Ever imagine that a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who has been here for a very long time, only one orderly, and he is withdrawn, and nothing will happen? Like I said earlier, Mr. President, I have no problem, but let it be done across the board.
Deputy President of the Senate, Jibril Barau, acknowledged the concerns, confirming that the Police Affairs Committee will look into the reports. Senator Barau explained the withdrawal aims to boost police efforts against Nigeria's security challenges and assured that the Senate remains committed to protecting its members.
The police orderlies that were withdrawn from the senators is of concern to us, and I will raise the issue, and we're dealing with that, in the formal line. The chairman of the Police Affairs Committee should take up this matter, conduct a proper investigation, and let us know why is the directive of Mr. President being flouted. Mr. President gave that order in order to strengthen our police force to deal with our internal security problems, and it was done in good faith.
He expressed hope President Tinubu will consider and restore Senate Nengi's police orderly and praised the president's efforts to improve national security with the Senate's full support. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
Still in the National Assembly, a heated session in Nigeria's House of Representatives at plenary nearly descended into chaos as lawmakers clashed over a motion demanding that the Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Olayemi Cardoso appear before the Parliament to explain alleged non-remittance of more than 16 trillion naira. Here is National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick's report.
The uproar erupted during debate on a motion moved by Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Bamidele Salam, who told the House that committee findings uncovered massive unremitted funds, including 5.2 trillion naira in operating surpluses, 954 million naira in withheld remitted charges, and 11 billion naira collection gap, and another 2.6 trillion naira linked to migration shortfalls. Altogether, liabilities to the federal government reportedly exceed 11 trillion naira. But tension spiked when Tijani Gali called for the creation of an expanded ad hoc committee to handle the investigation, a proposal that drew sharp objections from several lawmakers. Shouting broke out across the chamber, halting proceedings.
Disturbed as that despite several formal communications and invitations extended to the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria by the Public Accounts Committee to appear, provide explanations, and remit the outstanding amount into designated government accounts.
The officer, an appointee of the president, disregarded the invitation of a committee, one committee that was mentioned in the Constitution of this Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Efforts to restore order forced Speaker Tajudeen Abbas to intervene. The Speaker warned members on unruly behavior and stressed that disputes must be resolved through voting, not confrontation.
So what is the point of you always shouting as if putting that question will take away a right that belongs to you?
Soon after, Ahmed Jaha proposed an amendment reaffirming the Public Accounts Committee's authority to summon the CBN governor. The House adopted the motion through a voice vote, prompting Gali to withdraw his earlier amendments.
Inasmuch as the committee has written severally to the agency and they have not been honoring, this time around is a resolution of the House for them to appear before the committee.
In a separate development, the House also passed a motion by Saidu Abdullahi calling for a full waiver of COVID-19 survival loans owned by vulnerable households and micro businesses, along with a restructuring of the SME components of the facility.
This suggests that the current outstanding exposure may be significantly lower and therefore physically manageable for a structured waiver.
The House is expected to issue a fresh summons to the CBN governor in the coming days as lawmakers push for answers on the alleged multi-trillion naira discrepancies. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
Let's move away from the National Assembly and tell you that in a move aimed at strengthening the backbone of national security, the Nigerian Police Force has launched a renewed drive to overhaul and modernize its medical services, ensuring that personnel across the country receive the healthcare support needed to perform optimally. The initiative marks one of the most ambitious welfare-focused reforms in the force's recent history. Our correspondent Kikelemo Okere has the details.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, announced the new direction in Abuja during the inaugural national meeting and conference of heads of police medical facilities nationwide. Egbetokun stressed that the health and well-being of police personnel remains central to operational readiness and effective national security. He maintained that strengthening medical capacity is at the heart of his vision for a modern, well-equipped, and professionally driven police force.
Commitment to building a system where those who protect others are themselves protected, supported, medically empowered to serve at their highest capacity.
The Force Medical Director, AIG Nkechi Eze, outlined the Directorate's expanded responsibilities area, ranging from preventive medicine and trauma care to medical training and national health response capabilities.
This upgrade, viciously approved under your visionary leadership, sir, stands as a profound testament to your unwavering commitment to the welfare of police personnel. It marks the beginning of a new era of modernization, professionalization, professional.
A major highlight of the conference was the official launch of the nationwide Know Your Numbers campaign, an initiative championed by the IGP to encourage officers to regularly monitor key health indicators such as blood pressure, blood sugar, pulse rate, and hepatitis, as well as HIV status. The campaign is designed to curb avoidable illness and promote longer, healthier service here within the force. With these reforms, the Nigerian Police Force signals a decisive shift towards a more responsive, health-conscious and professionally grounded institution. Kike Lomo Ukeri, Global Television News.
As the world marks the International Human Rights Day, legal experts and advocates are calling for stronger compliance with human rights laws, especially as insecurity across Nigeria continues to threaten the nation's most vulnerable groups. Anita Patrick reports.
Justice Anukam of the African Court on Human and People's Rights says Nigeria has strong legal frameworks from the Constitution to the African Charter, but compliance remains the biggest challenge. She stresses that while violations are easy to identify, the real gap lies in providing repatriations, policy changes, and protection for vulnerable groups, including women, children, and internally displaced persons.
The IDP, which is a major concern this year, I sincerely hope that we will be able to make the necessary adjustments. And the theme for this year is human rights, everyday essential.
Special Envoy to West Africa Ambassador Charles Omini of the International Human Rights Protection Service says peace remains the first step towards justice as insecurity keeps.
Doing our best to engage our leaders at all levels to talk to their subjects and to make sure we have peace and stability in our country, Nigeria.
The economic team lead for West Africa of the International Human Rights Protection Agency, Dr. Aisha Lawal, says it is expanding humanitarian support, especially medical aid, to displaced communities across the country.
Off the grid, we're all involved in trying to make this program that we can actually reach the needy and the needful. It's not about a speech. It's not about, how many people we want to access. It's about how many people can actually come to the table and do the needful. The system, the country is a little bit divided, and we believe with this, our program, we'll be able to reach people from different destinations.
For religious leaders, balancing rights across Nigeria's diverse communities remains critical.
And if you look at most of human rights violation, there are three main roots: spirituality, ethnicity, the one you have to do with the issue of sufficiency. Sufficiency have to do with the economy, money, things you need, but spirituality have to do with people's devotion to God.
As Nigeria joins the world to reflect on this year's theme, human rights, every day, essential advocates say the message is clear. Rights must be protected everywhere, for everyone, every day. Anita Patrick, reporting for Global TV News.
As reports of bandit attacks begin to emerge from some communities in Kano State, a civic group known as One Kano Agenda has called on security agencies to intensify efforts in safeguarding lives and properties, especially in areas bordering Katsina and other bandit-prone states. Addressing a news conference at the NUJ Secretariat in Kano, the group expressed concern over the recent spike in kidnappings across several communities, warning that the situation poses a serious threat to the state's peace and security. Global Television correspondent Idris Jibrin has details.
In recent times, bandits operating from Katsina and Zamfara State have begun launching attacks on farming communities within Kano State. Reports of kidnappings and violence, particularly in Shanono local government area, have drawn the attention of a civil society group known as One Kano Agenda.
Despite Kano's proud in the history of peace and hospitality, the state is increasingly confronted with reported insecurity, handful cases of abductions, attacks on residents, and the suspicious activities in various communities, particularly in the area of Kano North. This challenge is not only threatening Kano residents, but the broader northern region, because Kano serves as a home and a hub for all northern Nigerians.
Residents warn that being the commercial hub of the northern Nigeria, Kano must not be allowed to become a breeding ground for criminal activity. They stress that insecurity poses a serious threat to the region's economic stability.
Once anything touches Kano, you are touching the whole of Nigeria as a whole, because it's the commercial center of the country. My own personal view is you have to dig down and go to the root of the cause. So that will give you an insight of how to prosper a solution to what is happening.
While commending the efforts of the state government and security agencies, One Kano Agenda urged residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious individuals or activities to the appropriate authorities.
Recent credible reports highlight the presence of unknown individuals operating motorcycle and the commercial Okada across multiple localities. Many of these individuals do not speak Hausa fluently. This creates fears and suspicion among communities. But Alhamdulillah, we must thank God at this juncture for the decisive and the swift action of the government in collaboration with the security experts.
The group also pledged not to remain silent while criminal elements endanger the peace and development of Kano State and the country at large. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, Global Television News.
The Nigerian Navy has reaffirmed its dedication to improving grassroots education through its Special Intervention Quick Impact Project, with the latest initiative commissioned in Otampe, Oklenhi Community, Okponga in Okpo Local Government Area of Benue State. Facilitated by Rear Admiral Robert Obeya, the project reflects the Chief of Naval Staff's commitment to strengthening civil-military relations and advancing the federal government's development objectives. Our correspondent Felicity Nderi completes the story.
It was a moment of celebration in Otampe Oklenhi community as the Nigerian Navy commissioned 3 newly constructed classrooms with a staff room, alongside the renovation of 5 additional classrooms and other educational facilities at Otampe Oklenhi Primary School in Benue State. Before now, the school was in poor condition, cracked walls, leaking roofs, broken decks, and dim classrooms, with some lessons held under trees and years of neglect hindered effective learning. The Special Intervention Quick Impact Project, undertaken by an illustrious son of the community, Rear Admiral Robert Obeya, marks yet another significant milestone in the Nigerian Naval Civil Cooperation efforts.
And I'm always concerned about education. And education starts from the primary level. And that is one of the most important levels, education, before you get to the secondary level. That's why I looked at this primary school. I said, if we want to improve education within our communities, the best place to start is with the primary schools, so that the students here will start striving higher.
Representing the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, Commander Muhammad says the project provides a way for the Navy to honor its accomplished senior officers, showing that its commitment goes beyond safeguarding lives and property and also contributing meaningfully to national development.
I wish to enjoy the beneficiaries of this project, whom are the pupils that gave us some nice presentation a few moments ago.
Speaking on behalf of the Deputy Governor Sam Udi, Chairman of Otokpo Local Government Area Maxwell Ogiri commended the Nigerian Navy for going beyond security operations to make meaningful investment in education.
The state government resolved to commend the effort of Rear Admiral Robert Obeya, and we must encourage this one so that others will be challenged to do their quotas for the growth and development of the community.
The commissioning marks a significant step in the Navy's community development efforts, highlighted by the handover of renovated classrooms, a headmaster's office, latrine facilities, and school furniture at Otampe Oklenhi Primary School. From Okpoko local government area of Benue State, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, President Tinubu submits 2026 to 2028 fiscal framework to House of Representatives. House adopts key national motion. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. That all legacy Bureau de Change operators who failed to meet its new licensing requirements by 13 November deadline have automatically lost their licenses. The CBN, in a statement published on its released in 2024, the Apex Bank says it will continue receiving new applications on its licensing portal but retains the authority to discontinue Bureau de Change licensing at any time. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has directed the immediate payment of 1.5 trillion naira owed to local contractors during the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja. This was made known in a statement by presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga, who said Tinubu was visibly upset after the Bureau of Public Procurement Director General Dr. Adebowale briefed the council on the scale of unpaid obligations. Tinubu has set up a multi-ministerial committee led by Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, and Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, to design a permanent funding plan that may include borrowing. Still on business, President Bola Tinubu has formally presented the federal government's 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper to the House of Representatives, setting the stage for work to begin on the 2026 national budget. The document, already approved by the Federal Executive Council, now awaits swift legislative action as requested by the President. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick has details.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has transmitted the federal government's 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper, MTEF-FSP, to the House of Representatives for consideration and approval. In the letter read by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, the President informed the House that the document was approved at the Federal Executive Council meeting of December 3, 2025. And will guide the preparation of the 2026 national budget. He sought the cooperation of the National Assembly for swift legislative action.
The 2026 to 2028 MTEF and FSP was approved during the Federal Executive Council meeting of December 3rd, 2025.
A motion seeking the review and reform of the contributory pension scheme to improve retirees' welfare moved by Afukpe Afolabi was likewise adopted.
The stop that the contributory pension scheme has failed to address the harsh economic reality faced by retirees, such as increased inflation and living costs.
In addition, the House approved a motion by Sesi Wingan urging the federal government to declare January 15th as a national public holiday in honor of the Nigerian Armed Forces to strengthen national remembrance and appreciation of the military's sacrifices.
The designated national holiday limits citizens' participation in wreath-laying ceremonies, remembrance parades, military honor events, school-based civic lessons, and community-led tributes, thereby weakens national consciousness of military history.
Also, a motion on the need to reject the proposed ceding of parts of Edo State for the creation of Sorobe States moved by Omosede Igbenedion was adopted.
Acknowledges the importance of inclusive development and state creation and national growth, but insists that no such initiative must come at the expense of a people's identity, history, or sovereignty.
Meanwhile, two Bayelsa lawmakers, Rodney Amabwe and Ogbofo Ofoji, announced their defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. Tajuddin Abbas read their letters in which the lawmakers cited divisions within the PDP's national leadership that have affected state chapters, creating uncertainty over who leads the party's affairs. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
On the foreign scene, Beninese authorities say Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri, the alleged leader of last Sunday's failed coup, has fled to Lomé 2 district of Togo after escaping security forces in Cotonou. Government officials say at least 14 suspects have been arrested, even as Benin confirmed it received French and Nigerian support to foil the takeover. President Patrice Talon has formally asked Togo for Tigri's extradition, describing the coup attempt as treachery that will not go unpunished. Still on the international scene, Australia has become the first country to ban school social media for children under 16, blocking access to which is a move welcomed by many parents and child advocates. And it has been criticized also by major technology companies and free speech advocates. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called it a proud day for families and cast the law as proof that policy can curb online harm that outspaced traditional safeguards. And now to sport, where the National Sports Commission has launched a new integrity unit to intensify Nigeria's crackdown on age cheating and other unethical practices. The Commission's Director General Bukola Olokbade said the unit was created